Well, hello there, it's Blade. I'm going to be doing a first for this channel and doing a little bit of a movie review. I came out of the theaters from watching Iron Lung last night at midnight. I had some fresh thoughts on my mind that I wanted to share before they got all fuzzy. So, I really enjoyed the movie. I've been a fan of Mark for over a decade now. I was watching him when he was still playing Amnesia, like Amnesia Custom Games and Happy Wheels and all of that. And Iron Lung is a movie based off of the game of the same name, a map of which I'm in right now, and the entire game and entire movie all take place in this submarine. Now, going into the theater, I was thinking to myself, I'm probably going to get a little bit bored after a while of seeing the same submarine for 2 hours straight. And I was correct. But it does still remain interesting because the world around the submarine changes. So as you progress the movie, more things begin happening that are not normal. And once you get to the end, a lot of very not normal things happen. You get a little bit of backstory with the main character, who is played by Mark. And while it does give you some backstory, it doesn't linger on it too long. It just gives you little snippets here and there. So this could be explored later. I doubt it will be, but it was giving you just enough to feel sympathy for the character for being in this Iron Lung. If you've seen the trailer, you pretty much know the motivations. He's a convict that has gone down into the sea of blood as penance for some kind of crime. Or so it seems. There is, of course, more going on beneath the surface, and you get a little taste of that as the movie goes on. It is cosmic horror. It is intentionally very mysterious with how it does everything, and it doesn't really give any concrete, hard answers. So you shouldn't go into it expecting like this whole hand-holdy, I'm going to explain to you how everything works sort of thing. You're going to have to figure a lot of this out for yourself and make connections where it doesn't explicitly state them. I would say that this is an intellectual movie, so if you just want to go in watching some kind of dumb Mark, I'm in a blood ocean sort of thing, that's not what this is. This is, you have to think about the universe that they're in and how everything correlates. That said, as I mentioned earlier on, it all takes place in this one here, you're looking at me through a mirror right now. This is actually me. I was reversed in that mirror. I just thought it was going to be a cool intro effect. But you are all in this submarine the entire time. So, it has the controls as the submarine would. Hold on, I actually haven't tried. These are interactable. I don't know if they actually do anything. But you have these controls here. You can't see anything outside of the submarine. In case you're unfamiliar with how the game works, this porthole here, where you would be able to see outside, closes when you descend, because otherwise it would burst. And the only way you can see is via this mirror here in the game, is where you take photos, where you can see the outside world. And by pressing this button, it'll take a photo, and you can see what the heck is going on out there. But it's only a static image. It's not a live video. So you have to keep taking photos to see what's going on out there. To navigate the world so that you don't cruise into a wall and die, in the game there's a little thing right here where it'll detect obstacles and other things that are around your ship and their proximity to your ship. So say there's a wall that you're about to crash into and die. A little light will pop up and go beep, 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 and warn you against hitting that wall. So the objective of the game, and the movie to an extent, is that you have to go to locations, or the main character, in the case of the movie, has to go to certain locations and take pictures of objects that were scanned before the dive. So in the game, there is various little things that happen, and these are also reflected in the movie. You have to play the game to know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to spoil anything per se, but if you've played the game and you're expecting certain aspects of that game to translate to the movie, they probably will. Some of them in other ways. I'd say overall, as a product, it captured the game very well, for good and for bad. It did manage to expand upon it in a way that I appreciated. I'm very glad that I went and watched Iron Lung, and I would suggest that anybody else go out into theaters and also watch Iron Lung. But I just want to warn again, it is just this submarine for the most part for 2 hours straight. So prepare for that. They do expand upon the submarine a little bit in those 2 hours, and there's other things that happen that make it more interesting. But this is it. You're here. This is the movie. The scary things are involving the fact that you're just in this submarine. You have an oxygen level that goes down over time. You have a limited amount of time to be down in the submarine. You can't just futz around wasting time, or you will suffocate and die. So that's always something you have to worry about. And this is also reflected in the movie. There's unfortunately not a lot more I can say without just spoiling the movie, and I don't really want to do that in this case. I just want to give kind of my thoughts and overall opinions on what I thought of the movie. Overall, I don't want to give it a rating out of 10, because it's going to reflect in a way that I don't intend. As an objective movie, I would probably give this like a 7 out of 10, because it doesn't deliver entertainment in that way. You're not going to have a great time watching this movie, but that's not the point. You shouldn't expect to have a great time watching this movie. This is tension. This is anxiety. This is you're going into a place that sucks, and you have to figure out a way out of it. That's kind of the allure of this movie. If you don't want that, this movie probably isn't for you. But if you do think you're willing to sit out a very long, oppressive, cosmic horror experience in a submarine like this movie is going to be fantastic for you. Big fan of Mark, but even if I wasn't, this movie, high production quality, great acting. The visuals are superb. The blood is what the movie is all about, and it's fantastic. They make incredibly good use of the blood. Great production all around. Incredible movie, but it's not going to be a fun time. Just keep that in mind. Anyway, that's about all I have to say about the movie without spoiling anything. So, yeah, go watch it and get back to me on what you thought. Alrighty, be seeing ya. Bye-bye.